Out with the old, in with the new. UFC is going through a transitional phase, and it's time for fans to find new favorites. In this video, we'll look at the top 5 fighters who can be future UFC champions. Nurullo Aliev. Though his style and nickname may seem like an imitation of the legendary Khabib Nurmagomedov, Nurullo Aliev isn't necessarily looking to be a copycat, but rather he wishes to be his own daunting force in the UFC. Further, he's the first fighter from Tajikistan to be part of the company, so he's already setting records in that department. But yeah, he's pretty fun. One look at his record would reveal that he's undefeated at 7-0, but he has 5 decisions. Does he just score takedowns and wet blanket his way to victory? Look at his most recent performance on the Contender Series and you'll see some of the most effective ground and pound one can watch. Erin Blanchfield. Do yourself a favor and hop on Team Erin Blanchfield before the rest of us get to say, I told you so. Blanchfield is the first woman to win an Eddie Bravo Invitational Jiu-Jitsu tournament. She's 9-1 with 4 stoppage victories and she's only 23. She spends her time improving herself as a fighter in the gym as opposed to most 23-year-olds who usually spend their time binge drinking and partying. She's coming off a stoppage win in the UFC against a great fighter in JJ Aldrich and is taking on Molly McCann at UFC 281, which is a pretty big deal. She's got the submission skills and her striking is rapidly improving. Should she defeat McCann, it'll be hard to deny this 23-year-old a spot in the flyweight division's top 15. Mohamed Mokaev. 22 years old and undefeated in the UFC, it's enough to make you wonder what this prodigy can accomplish. Mohamed Mokaev is a grappling phenom, but upon seeing his UFC debut, you'll realize that he's no one-trick pony. Just 2 fights into his UFC career and he's already making waves in the flyweight division. He's set to take on Malcolm Gordon, who's riding a 2-fight winning streak. This bout is set to take place at UFC 280 and it should be an absolute war. Look for the 22-year-old to make another statement and take a massive step up in the rankings before he hits his mid-20s. Raul Rosas Jr. It's very odd to see a 17-year-old breaking into the UFC. He can't even buy cool things yet, but he's fighting in MMA's leading promotion of the world. It's very odd indeed. Keeping that aside, Rosas Jr. is 6-0 and has been fighting professionally since 2021. Prior to this, he compiled a 6-0 amateur record that spanned from 2019 to 2021, so yeah, he's been busy. With a recent victory on Dana White's Contender Series, Rosas Jr. grappled his way into White's good graces and earned a UFC contract. Moreover, he set the record for the youngest fighter in the UFC, and heck, he's even gonna be in the video game. Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel has immense wrestling accolades that would make him a serious threat in the middleweight division that is currently dominated by kickboxers. This man has been in the UFC since September 27th and is about as promising as anyone on the roster right now. Nickel wrestled for Penn State. He's a 3-time NCAA Division I national champion, a 3-time Big Ten Conference champion, and a Hodge Trophy winner. So yeah, he's pretty good at wrestling. But he can't have power in his hands too, right? Well, to be honest, yeah, he does, and it should not be overlooked. His skill set and the way he's been rapidly evolving his striking pedigree make him a future prospect. He's already shown without a shadow of a doubt that he's gonna make waves in the UFC's middleweight division. Like and share, and don't forget to follow Sportskeeda MMA on all our social media platforms.